Blitzbond, take us somewhere. Take us away.
I will take you to a very special place. I will take you to session 51. That is actually my personal astrological, symbological number. So it's very special to me. Welcome to session 51.
No,
It
it's not.
genuinely is. I'm afraid it is.
Hang
Welcome to
on.
session 51 of Blight in Bytopia. Welcome back, guys. It's been 9 days since we last played, and it's been 10 days too long. When last we left our heroes, scrolling up in session notes, there were zombies and there was an attack in Ballard's Hold. Oh my god! And we went to investigate down below, and there were paintings about Zekrom and Kyurem and Dialga and Palkia and Arceus, and then there was a door, and we're going inside the spooky cabins, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be so terrifying and creepy and cute. I am so honoured to be able to pass over to Merch Corner. Merch Corner.
If Lucy could give me a D20.
You know what's crazy? I was secretly hoping you would pick me. I feel like I manifested that shit.
We got 4. We only got 4 of the wire you that. We only got 4 of these shirts. And based on new news I just learned today, it says the Pied Piper's never, ever, ever coming back ever.
They're wearing a top hat and have a cane and dancing in the picture.
Spooky Corner.
Okay, spooky season is approaching. More billionaires are being sacrificed to the sea. Here's one thing I want to discuss. Wait, no, I've already asked for everyone's opinions on bones, and I believe I've asked for opinions on teeth. How do we feel about the relationship between the divine, the construct, and the flesh? How do we feel about that
Obsessed. Incredible question.
one? Thanks.
No one?
I feel like this is like a question of a Dan Brown book, and that like if I answer this, like FBI agents are gonna come through my door or something. What do you mean the divine, the construct, and the flesh? What is this?
Robots are like angels to me, and also what is the difference between a robot and a human? Nothing.
Nothing. I'm not sure.
Not a single thing.
Well, if you
Are you arguing with me? Shut up. Okay. Art Corner.
I was not prepared. I am prepared. What was it? What am I doing?
We are preaching today. The construct question through us. Grappling.
Art Corner is never about art. It's never about art. It's always about food. Grab your your dinner insert meal here and enjoy while listening to us and watching Shan make faces at things that we say.
True.
That's it. It's my favorite.
I have my thumbs up and I'm smiling. I have my thumbs up and I'm smiling as if I'm being, filmed. But just imagine someone doing that.
Perfect.
Brian, hey, what's up, man? You're
hi.
Yep.
Still don't know what I do here. But boy, I can't wait to play Dungeons and Dragons, my favorite game.
Yay!
With my favorite people.
Oh, I'm crying.
Wholesome Corner.
Yes, Brian should have Wholesome Corner.
Awesome Corner. Yeah, good.
Yay.
We got it.
Wasp,
You know what
be
it's
right
called now.
back. Mood. I guess it's my corner. Good morning, everybody. Today we are dungeoning and dragoning. Last we left off, it was too long ago. 9 days ago, I believe. Blitzmonk said. Last we left off, the gamers had figured out there was some kind of outbreak which had occurred inside the mountain itself, or inside the, I guess, where Valid's hold is. And after kind of fending off those moldy undead, everyone reconvened and were asked to go downstairs. Downstairs, of which no one knew there was downstairs, so that was surprising. And they did, indeed, and they found paintings, they found depictions of ye old, of ancient times, which told a story of what came before and what came after, and what has always been. And at which point we hit the bottom of the stairs, and before Barney bestowed destruction to ancient property on a temple wall, Arlo rocked up and opened it with nothing but pure primordial whimsy and vibes, which is sick. And that's where we left off. We had ended that session, and we begin this session as you enter into what lay beyond those old limestone, I believe I said they were, walls, which is where we're going to pick up right now. So I believe it's Arlo that moves in first from memory. Ooh.
True. Very true. Question.
Mm.
Was it a tree that we were walking into? Not a tree, but
No.
like a...
It was a old door and a tunnel. On the left there was like a sheer drop which went straight down. And on the door was a tree. Like a willow tree.
Okay, and there was like some stuff like goop or something.
Yeah. A kind of
Something like that.
liquid
Lava.
which filled up as lava. Though it was not red, but a cerulean in colour. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, I believe it's Arlo that enters in first. Let's start then. Let's do it. Why not?
He oh, sorry. I'll
No,
shut up.
you go. You go.
No, there's nothing. I thought you were waiting for me.
No, we're good. I'm just sorting
Okay.
out the music. The chamber that you enter into, first Arlo, then the rest of the party, quickly behind, is as broad and wide as a cathedral. Water, which is steaming with warmth, has pooled from somewhere deep in the mountain, bringing with it this kind of smell which is as rich and earthy as untouched mineral. Silver leaf trees flank the old stone walls where more paintings peek out from layers of root and vine, and there's a path of cobbled sandstone which lay ahead of you, arrow straight, but worn and gapped from ages of disuse. And ahead, this path splits into three, and three paths lead to three imposing boulders that might be doors, but are so broad and heavy that only something like giant's blood could open them. Arlo, as you move to take your first step, you notice there's words beneath your feet, and they're written in primordial. I shall drag you out. You can drag yourselves out at the bottom.
Why'd I do this to my character?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think if he learned how to read in primordial.
You are free to make me a intelligence check. Or you can make me a luck check. Your choice.
You know what? I'll give you an both.
You get one of it.
No. Intelligence.
Okay.
Our boy. He just had a hard life. It's fine. I believe.
I believe.
Higher than 10. Here we go. God damn it.
You're not sure. These squiggly lines don't seem to form any meaning to you. Does anybody else, perchance, have primordial as a language?
From memory, no, but I'll check.
I do not.
I can in 10 minutes.
Nice.
Nope.
Myself.
Decisions have been made a long time ago.
If there were like previous writings like walking down here, Casimir probably would have just been thinking that he'd like to be able to read them. And
there
then lo
hasn't
and behold,
been-
10 minutes later, he probably could.
Yeah, absolutely. There hasn't been anything written as yet, but you're more than welcome to start like ritually casting this now as you kind of walk in.
Yeah.
You walk in, you behold as described, you are free to move as you so wish. You all enter in feeling pretty much fine. Perhaps a sense of calm.
Will.
How's the dead arm feel?
Still pretty dead right now. Just in general.
Yay.
Arlo's mostly looking. He tries not to smile, but there's like a slight smirk as he's just, enraptured with the environment. How long is this jump? How far is this fall?
It's probably like about like 10 feet down from the top of that bridge.
So, question.
Hmm.
The tip right here,
Mm-hmm.
is this technically like lower, or could we walk on that? Or is it?
Yeah, it's probably like about 5 or so feet down. And it's like rubble, so it's not necessarily as stable as the rest of the bridge. You could probably, with your like natural level of athletics, get a running jump off of it. But someone that perhaps wasn't as proficient might have a harder time.
I think he's gonna do it. He's gonna run jump.
I have no idea what your leap is, but I think it would be more than 15 feet, question mark?
It is.
Nice.
I think it's your strength modifier, right?
Not the modifier, the score, but yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah, then it's more than 15 feet.
Fuck yeah. You go yeet. And you
Yeet.
land on the other side.
Cass looks at the gap. Well, hell.
As you're comprehended, probably go off around now.
Okay. What do read?
What do
Don't
we?
jump.
Oh.
Don't go over.
You walk
Hey,
over.
he can't.
It says this is a trap for Arlo. If he jumps, he's dead. No, you walk over. You place your hand down on the ground where the inscription is on this worn sandstone, and it says, it kind of dispels out almost like a drop in a pool of still water. And it says, clear waters, clear heart.
He will let that be known.
Where is the writing? Did you say it was like on the ground?
Yeah, it's probably just like a little bit back here.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're absolutely welcome.
I wonder if I might toss my one side of my rope to Arlo so we can maybe help our friends cross here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as you toss it to Arlo, it kind of just hits him like on the side of the head or something, because he was like looking around, not really paying attention. It's like, oh yeah. He'll grab the rope, and then he'll try to make it, taut as possible.
Mm-hmm. That's 50 feet of rope, so we'll back up to like here. Should do it. And then we're pretty strong, I think. So hopefully, if they go one at a time, they can like, gym class, hang from the rope and cross. That way.
This is what Jim's been training us all for.
Cass is like 150 pounds soaking wet, so he goes for it.
That's our short king. Look at him go.
Should I roll?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll acrobatics or athletics at advantage. Yeah, you make it.
Okay.
I look back and wink at Barney, and then Scar like clambers onto the rope, and he like wraps himself around it. He doesn't hang from it, and then he like you were climbing a vertical rope. He just sort of like scuttles rapidly. His tongue is like occasionally clicking out.
Horrifying.
I love a scuttling lizard.
Will.
Yeah, you make it across.
While they're all climbing across, can I look into the water?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You see a reflection of yourself. They are very still waters.
Okay. I will climb across. So we're making acrobatics checks.
Mm-hmm. At advantage, you can also use athletics if you'd prefer.
No, acrobatics is okay. I'm not too strong.
Yes.
I am nimble.
Yeah, yeet. You make it.
And after that, I'll pull the rope back, and I think I can make the jump.
You're never clearing that, you fat bastard.
I have 18 strength. That's enough, right?
I think so. I really need to get better at rules to do with anything like fighting or melee.
Roll a
I'm like,
d20.
shove who?
With a 10-foot run up, you can jump your strength score.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, I'm jumping.
You should be fine. Like,
Oh my god.
yeah. Some rubble falls down from where your foot lands. The back foot splashes into the water, sends a ripple through, which you see reverberates kind of all the way out, as if it's the only thing disturbing the water itself.
I put a hand out to help him stabilize, and then
I take it, and it's frightful, like just how much help he might actually need in that moment, like, and how heavy he is.
Oh.
But the day is saved. He's fine.
Lowen with their 12 strength is like, oh, uh-oh.
Almost yanks them down.
We've made it. Before you is a large willow tree with roots that peek up from cracked marble.
How similar does this tree look to the meditation tree?
Pretty similar.
Okay.
Even in the way that they kind of curve and are shaped.
Hell yeah. I think Cass will point that out to Lowen and Arlo.
Kind of squint at the tree. Does it appear similar to the singing tree?
In a way, yeah. Though the singing tree struggles to bring any kind of leaf or plume because of the sheer amount of bottles on it.
Yeah.
Again, in the way that it's shaped, they look quite similar though.
Might I, inspecting like the wood and particularly the leaves, might I recognize this flora from anywhere? Either around here or north of here?
Absolutely. A nature check seems absolutely correct. This is a perfect
I
nature
love nature checks. I love them. Do I love them? Yeah.
Oh yeah. As a professional botanist, as someone that really likes trees.
True.
You know that this is a willow tree. You know that this is a very old willow tree. This has probably been here for hundreds of years, and seems to be thriving, even though there doesn't seem to be any kind of direct cast of sunlight through here, which is kind of unusual. You look up and see again these kind of silver leaf plumes, I suppose. They're almost kind of cloud-like. You recognize this tree because you've seen a very similar kind of symbol, and you recognize it from somewhere near Storm's Watch.
Whoa. Hey, Barnes.
Yeah.
Come here. Feast your eyes on this.
Well.
Doesn't it look familiar?
Well, you're the botanist.
I need your human eyes.
All right.
I think I've seen this on a door somewhere, like as a symbol.
He squints.
Now that he mentions it, you also have probably seen this symbol somewhere. You know that it has something to do with the mines.
Yeah, something to do with the Mayans, I think.
Oh, aye. Yeah, now that you mention it. Somewhere around the mines. Say, any of you ever been mining before?
No. And I'm sorry for saying this, but why do you both sound like characters in a Luma game that I played in the past?
Whoa.
So funny.
We got a Luma gamer.
I'm doing my best.
Back it in, buddy.
It's definitely like two
Just
NPCs
wondering.
talking to each other in the background as you're like trying to do your quest. You can see like Barney's glitching, walking against this plinth, like continually Skyrim walking against it.
He actually kind of like bumps into the tree and then teleports back.
Yeah. He's like
Helgen,
T-posing.
destroyed by a dragon. Hard to believe, isn't it? Watch the skies, traveler.
I've genuinely forgotten what I sounded like, so I think it was like a kind of bastardized Cockney, but I genuinely it's gonna keep changing, to be honest. So
You should talk to the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. Lend any aid you can.
We've seen this by Storm's Watch, I think. I saw this tree.
Yeah.
Was it a similar temple-like thing?
What was it? I'm racking my brains. What was it? I tried to think back. Tried to concentrate really hard. Well, I'm a botanist. I'm no historian.
I mean, perhaps you've dabbled in a bit of history in your
Perhaps.
spare time.
We're about
I
to
wouldn't-
find out.
I consider myself naturally intelligent, but I wouldn't consider myself proficient in history.
Yo.
Backstory updated. Actually, he's a historian.
Codex.
Did a
updated.
master's in history. And what was the question?
Wait, we finally have an int character. hang on.
Yay!
Throw me the lore questions. If you got questions about session 20, just throw them my way.
What was the history check for?
I don't know. I'll roll.
Sick.
We all forget
Just
what.
remember where I saw the check. Not the check. The symbol. I think.
We were trying to remember where, like, to do with the mines you saw the symbol.
Hmm.
Yeah, like yeah.
You are thinking with the 17. You're watching this tree. As you move around the tree, you get an angle that almost brings like a flash of memory to the forefront of your mind, as if it kind of bends into the shape of the symbol itself perfectly. You remember before Outbreak, which is a long time ago, you saw a lot of these symbols when they first opened the mines, which was actually quite a long time ago. You saw that these symbols became almost the logo or the the corporate identification of the Stormswatch mines themselves, and you know that it has a lot to do with the mining of Lumina from Shrock. So this is like the basically the logo of the company known as Fortescue Industries. Can never spell Fortescue. There you go. But it also occurs to you as a professional historian with a master's in botany, that this tree here obviously has existed and grown from a sapling long before anything to do with any corporate company, any kind of mining industry. They have perhaps taken the imagery of something like this into their logo. It wasn't the other way around. Do you think that you
Sorry,
or
please.
Barney have ever been in the mines, or like how close do you think you would have been to it?
I'm not metagaming. I think I used to I think I used to do criminal things in the mines.
What
I
a
used to go
reveal!
I don't. I don't want to say too much, but I used to do a spot of crime in the mines. I think I think I used to do some like tier 2 crime in the mines. Nothing tier 1. I know that like Lucy
Just a bit of
Lockett
vandalism.
is like shaking her head right now with her head in her hands, like, oh, it's happening again. But yeah, I genuinely think yeah, part of I think Sky used to do smuggling in and out of the mines.
No workers. Okay, cool. In which case, you would know that on all of the identification of the deep miners, the miners that had to, go down into the depths that obviously require lumina. I'm trying to give not too much away. Into the depths that require lumina to be mined, they usually wore jumpsuits and like hazmat-esque suits that had the symbol on the back. The normal miners kind of just had the regular logo, which was like a F.
Okay.
No, F in the chat.
F. What next? L.
I will relay all this without mentioning the crime.
Why not? Why don't you want to mention the crime?
The spot of
Don't
crime in the
metagame,
mines.
please. There was no crime.
I'm not
No crime.
metagaming. I'm
There's no
asking
crime.
out of character. Do you hear a yeehaw accent on my tongue?
Oh, okay, true. No, I'm just saying that I was. Yeah, so that's what I remember.
Right. Okay.
Which is odd.
The water here feels good. It feels it feels nice in here. I quite like it. Feels like it has good energy, good vibes, good I don't know.
It's definitely Walter.
So something like that. I'm trying to see if Lauren's looking around to see if there's any sign of like you are allowed to walk into these waters, like steps leading into it or something, because they don't want to climb in with it being disrespectful or something. But really, they would like to get into the water.
Absolutely. Yeah, jacuzzi time. There's no sign that says, depth 1.2 meters, lifeguard not on duty. But you get a sense that it's likely these waters were used at one point in time.
Is the water like clear? Can you see the bottom?
Yes, absolutely.
How deep?
It probably looks like 2 or so meters deep.
Sweet.
I pull myself over the edge. I'm going in.
Swan dive straight in.
Just go in.
How far is it again? Like 10 feet from up here?
It's just a little drop. There's a small splash. You're
drink it.
surrounded by. You can drink it if you want. I can stop you. You know, whatever you like. There's a small splash as you hit the water low, and it feels warm, almost like stepping into a jacuzzi with no bubbles. You feel the kind of taste of salt. This is salt water. And your body starts to float. And you come up. There's a deep sense of release, I suppose. Like a salt bath. Like an Epsom bath.
Yes. Oh, wait. 4,000 tons of Epsom salts?
Hell yeah.
I will let myself become buoyant with the salt and close my eyes.
Cool. You shut your eyes and float in this water. I assume you've taken off your backpack and stuff and your shoes and you're kind of just hopped in.
Yeah.
You float along and you feel not in a way where you can hear someone's voice or in a way where you feel any kind of words being spoken, but a kind of sense that rises from somewhere within you. And I'm interested in what Lon's thinking and what mostly burdens their heart right now. And as a final follow-up question, what you think the path to releasing that would look like.
Ooh,
Yeah, Loan, what's good?
fuck off. Lauren is tired. I think past day or so has just driven home how tired they are, and how the biggest burden resting on them currently, despite all the nice words that their friends have said to them, is the fact that evidence shows that their presence is a bad thing. They are potentially, I mean, they're partly responsible for separating their parents from their actual birth child, which they're coming to realize they haven't done anything to resolve themselves. So perhaps there's still some part of them that's innate and sort of driving a wedge and creating this distance and trying to fill that space themselves. They sap energy from people, they potentially drive them mad, their mind drifts to their mother, and then inevitably it drifts to Wyatt, who they thought killed their mother, but it turns out they probably killed their mother, and they may have been partly responsible for Wyatt's decline in sanity, I guess. Although they tried to sort of tell themselves a little bit that they were kind of being possessed by a big demon guy. So I don't think Lauren's fully responsible for that. I don't think I don't think they can even I don't think even they can try and pin the whole blame on themselves. And they think about Mark, obviously, who was on death's door, as was Kaj. And they are also burdened by the fact that they're gonna be trapped at some point in that fucking sword. And they're so tired and they want a release. But death isn't going to help. It's not going to be a release. They're going to have to wait for someone else to take the sword and then also die to actually be released. I don't know what they think the way out of this is. I mean, my mind keeps drifting back to maybe they need to stop caring about what people think, or they need to stop ignoring their own needs and trying to take on everyone else's. Perhaps that's some part of why they're draining people, I guess is the right word. Maybe that's something to do with it. You try and take on so much of someone else that you end up taking little parts of them.
Absolutely.
Maybe if Lauren self-actualized a little bit, they would not need that, quote unquote. And I don't think this is something Lowen thinks about themselves, but I've been thinking about it myself, and they've spent a long time being a ghost in their own home, being a bit of a shadow, a bit of a ghost in this whole adventure. Maybe if they allowed themselves to become a bit more fully formed, it would free them in a way.
I think
Yeah.
if those are thoughts that cross your mind as a player, they are also probably thoughts that would almost like bubbles from the bottom of the water would kind of appear near Lowen, just as ideas. It's very meditative, the whole process. It's a dissociation from self as Lowen mulls and considers all that's happened and their role in it and what they should be taking on board and what they should be leaving behind. And I think in a way it's calming to be able to look at it and not feel these torrents of emotion that make it hard to understand the way through the situations that cause so much grief and pain. As you kind of float along, there's if we use the metaphor of a bubble, then there's another bubble, and it glimmers slightly as if it holds an answer to a question that Lowen has, or potentially offers a bit of insight. If Lowen kind of glimpses at it in like a more spiritual sense, not in a physical sense, they would notice that it has a kind of ancient-looking fairy tale book, and they would know intuitively that opening this could give them some answers on the curse that they, have so been bestowed.
Yeah, I think they would like the answers, I think, at this point.
Cool. I think the thing with a curse, in my mind, is that there are parts of it that are very arbitrary, right? Like the nature of changelings, and I suppose what, they've been created and set out in this world to do. And then there's the way that the curse evolves to the individual and how it takes root in someone and forms. The way that you described how the curse has ingrained itself as part of Lowen's identity is much more important and the way to resolution is much more important than the overall parts of the curse in a more general sense. That if you break the curse as written, it's not necessarily going to break the curse as Lowen experiences it. That part still exists. But there are, as you lean into this little bubble and you feel it envelop yourself, you almost have a bird's eye view of yourself, Lowen, writing at a table, and you see the fairy tale book from the initial glimpse has been left open, and from over their shoulder you get a small look at what has been written, curse as written. It says, "The Queen's last jive, a perilous twist. To break the curse means true love's kiss."
The Queen's last jive, a perilous twist.
I will fling that into your Lowen chat.
Okay.
Send it with a picture of Morgrim making kissy faces.
Yeah.
Oh,
we'll
true.
Like a
I
Polaroid
am gonna
selfie?
start kissing everyone that I meet. Everyone is getting
Is it you?
kissed.
Is it you?
Yeah. Are you my true love?
It would work on me.
We're not doing this again.
Barnabas, wait! I need you.
We're not doing this again. Yeah. Meanwhile,
I was using you all along, Lowen.
I'm
No.
so tired of this.
Plot twist, I was using you.
The ultimate retribution. As Sloan's having this little floaty time in the water, what is everybody else up to? What's going on?
I just love the description of floaty time. I think that's amazing.
Cass is probably just leaning up against one of these pillars or walls or railings, whatever they may be, and just having a smoke, waiting. Despite what the whatchamacall, the waters may appear to be as far as healing and vibes, he's not about to. He knows why his arm is cold and dead, and he's not about to introduce that to that ecosystem. So he's just hanging out.
More than welcome to make a nature or a medicine check if you wanted to consider. If not, totally understandable. $15. You feel you feel about to your elbow, and then from there it's starting to become very numb from then on. And the darkness is spread up towards your shoulder at this point. You look at this water, and there is a sense, and again, it's not like a thought, it's not like a words, it's not any kind of physical understanding. It's more of a sense that this water has probably seen much worse and has absorbed more terrible things into it than whatever is on you right now or in you right now. Which you can do with what you like.
With if thinking that, he'd probably lean down and just not like submerge or anything, but just reach down, touch the water.
Indeed, you touch it
Doesn't
with
want to
your
fuck up his hair.
limp hand? Okay. You reach down and you touch these waters with your limp hand. It feels like something the first time in weeks, which is insane. and it feels like waking up on a dead arm, and there are a riot of what do you call it? Pins and needles,
Mm.
and almost like plunging your hand into an Atlantic Ocean in midwinter. But you are returned with feeling, and the more that you plunge it in, you see more of that darkness almost retreat away and try to scramble from the water itself. But in the endless, cool way that water does, it eventually drains out like ink into a pool and disappears.
I think he's still somewhat wary. But he does feel a little better. Yeah, he'll just hang out. We'll wait for everybody else.
I am personally interested in what Arlo is doing.
We all look at Arlo.
True.
Arlo was about to jump in the water and sees Lo do it. It's like, okay, you know what? It's cool. Keep it cash. I'll keep it casual.
Cannonball!
Ah!
Knowing him, once he saw the water, he wanted to drink it. So
Oh.
It's very salty.
he doesn't know that until he drinks it. Then
Yeah.
he's like, nope.
I don't tell him.
Salty.
I let him drink it.
He goes to drink-
Technically, Lowen's bathwater.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
The pinky stuff fell off of Kaz. Arlo just
Yum.
drank.
You could bottle that and sell it.
They went to bathwater.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, moving on quickly.
Yeah, he would probably look at the water, and then he'd probably move towards the tree, knowing that it's like the meditative tree,
Mm-hmm.
and he'd probably put a hand on it and just see, the creases of, like, I guess the wood and any kind of like lines and everything in a tree. The bark, if there is bark, I don't know. But something really
Oh Lord. Illegal. So illegal.
Yeah, but he probably just touches the tree for a moment and then just looks at it. And I think from what he remembers, Wyatt, I think, closed his eyes when I can't remember if Wyatt touched the tree and closed his eyes, but he would probably remember that he would close his eyes, actually thinking about. I mean, yeah, he was his friend, Wyatt. He probably thinks about.
Absolutely. You touch the tree. From beneath your hands, you feel a kind of warmth, and if you crack one of your eyes open, there's like a very dim but growing kind of soft cerulean glow. I'm interested if obviously you're mimicking almost what Wyatt was doing when he was entering that meditative state, but I'm interested in what Arlo's feeling, whether there's anything that burdens his heart, and yeah, what are the big looming thoughts?
Well, he feels like he has to get to Storm's Watch is what it's called, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he feels like he has to get there. I think the inevitable of him having to go when Wyatt was with them, Arlo was going to pose to the group, maybe we shouldn't go there because we'd be leading Wyatt there. But Wyatt ended up leaving, so now he feels like he has to go. his sister, you know, the one that apparently was taken. He doesn't know if it's the same one that was infected, but he would love to speak to them, all of his family. Ty, he wants to. Honestly, he wants to just see everyone one last time, like Alex, Georgie, just to have one final, you know. But mostly, his thoughts go towards the inevitable, which is I have to go to Storm's Watch. I didn't want to. I did. I don't want to, but I have to go.
What do you think is pulling Arlo towards Storm's Watch?
Probably this whole thing with Kayatin and apparently the blight maybe being a good thing, and whatever Wyatt Morgrim may unleash could be worse. So probably a sense of, like, at least in Arlo's mind, a sense of duty, which is to go and do the thing, even though he doesn't want to.
I'm interested.
He wants to just chill.
And he was just a mood. Every hero ever. I'm interested to see or to understand maybe a little bit on, like, obviously Arlo comes from quite a large family, and you know you've had some pretty rough times in said family. This perhaps is one of the first times that Arlo has been given or bestowed or expected something of which his siblings have not. I'm interested to understand, if you would so entertain me, how that sits with Arlo and how actually the hero's quest itself, or having this sense of duty, feels to him.
Honestly, slightly like a burden. A little bit. He's hopeful. He thinks whatever they end up doing, they'll succeed. But he's afraid of losing along the way.
And if I push a little bit more, might I push? What about the I guess bubble of a thought that might be in the back of Arlo's head? What if Wyatt isn't savable? What would you do then?
That is actually a big thought. That's an it's weird and it's strange, but he has the feeling others would make that decision, but in Arlo's mind, at least in Arlo's mind, he feels like, then I will keep stopping him until he comes to his senses. So I will fight him for the rest of our lives.
Oh my god.
I think there's a part of Arlo that thinks that.
Wow. I actually have tears in the corner of my eyes. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
But you know, he's a hopeful guy. But he's pretty sure someone else will probably, you know, make that
Someone else will
decision.
deal with it. But if it comes down to me, I'll just fight him to the end of time. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All I want to do is chill, but if worst comes to worst, I'll fight Wyatt till the end of our beings collectively. Awesome. Your hand is still on this tree, and as you move to potentially step away or like pull away, you notice that everyone around you is particularly still, and that your handprint as you lower your hand is still on the tree. And glowing with this kind of cerulean light, it starts to spread, at first down into the roots, and you see glowing from beneath the marble, cracked and not cracked, and then up into the silver of the trees, which glows almost like a disco ball out. Hundreds of piercing, darting lights. And there's a moment where you look around in confusion, perhaps, and you are kind of plunged into a ephemeral cerulean glow, this kind of blue-green turquoise. And at that point is probably when you see or hear flapping wings. Something darts overhead, something the size of maybe a large bird, and lands close to where those doors are, up in the distance. You are free to do as you wish, though everyone else is suspended in suspended animation.
Oh, everyone. Oh. Plot twist. Arlo's the baddie. I kill everyone while they can't move.
Finally. This is what I've been waiting for.
He would probably look. Actually, he would, as he's walking, he'd probably poke Barnabas to see if Barnabas actually moves.
You put your hand out to Barnabas to poke him, and it feels like smoke. And as you move your hand away, he returns to being.
I think he would probably look, see Lowen not moving, look to Silent Scar and Kaz, and then kind of move up here. And kind of raise his hand like a wave. Hello?
Hello, young one. You notice that your flotsam, I'm not sure where you keep them, but they have emerged from said place and have padded themselves along the ground. They are for Brian's reference, it's a kind of peacock fox thing. And you notice that it, in an almost reverent motion, leans down back on its haunches as if it's kind of bowing at who or what or whatever is ahead.
He kind of looks at the flotsam and then kind of slightly bows also. He's just like, I guess this is... I'm Arlo. How... What should I call you?
Oh, do not bow. There is no need for such formalities. You notice the figure ahead is part human, or maybe was human once, but it seemed to have ascended into something else. These kind of ghostly-like arms protrude out from their backs, and their hair, which was obviously once kind of regular hair, has become a flowing mane of just energy. And on their head there is almost like a crown that moves up on top of that shock of hair. They hover in the air with their legs crossed. You get a sense that this is a very old air genasi. Behind them, you see this part bird, part serpent, almost peacock-like thing. Kind of wraps around them and doesn't really stop moving. The sitting individual, who is the one that's speaking, says, I am the Vanguard, and you are Arlo.
Yeah. Should I call you Vanguard?
If you like.
What happened? Where am I?
Oh, you are still here. We are just somewhere else also.
I'm going to be honest. I'm there's an excitement that's within me that I'm not expressing outwardly because I am confused.
The Vanguard is laughing in a very giddy way. It almost reminds you of how your siblings would laugh all together, just with this it's like the air never stops coming through the body, and so the laughter doesn't have breaks. It just kind of rolls onward like thunder.
Wish my family could see this.
Oh, your family do see this. They see all.
No, I mean, wait, what?
What?
What do you mean? I see all. I'm talking about. Do I have more family?
Of course you have more family. You are my family. I am your family. This is
Oh, you
also
mean
your
like-
family.
He points at the thing behind him.
He nods. If you point at anything, they nod.
Okay, so, right. I get what you mean. I meant like actually like blood, like relatives, sisters, brothers, stuff like that. That
No,
sort of family.
I understand what you mean, and I tell you, they are also here.
Oh,
Come, sit down with
Oh.
me. Pats the ground next to him.
Moves up, sits down. It's okay.
You see they take a large breath in, their chest cascades outward. They don't really have clothes, but they don't have much. They don't have anything that indicates they're human in the way that their skin has mostly just smooth surface and glowing light. Take a big breath in, and they look at you. There's no face, it's just light, really. And they say, you were meant to come here, you know, it is your destiny.
I think that's all he could get himself to say.
You know, they say that I am meant to be the voice of guidance for the dreamweave. But I think that sounds way too formal.
I think in that moment, Arlo's eyes open up wide. Are you Kaiten?
Oh, no. I wish. My God.
Oh. Did you know Kaiten?
Of course. You know Kaiten.
right. Yeah, family. Yeah. I know you're saying destiny and everything, but like, I don't know. Maybe is it possible destiny could make a wrong choice? I know that sounds weird, and I believe I can do. I firmly believe I can do whatever I set my mind to. Right? I have very noticeable, very prominent deficiencies.
Oh.
Like, for instance,
He looks at the ground. Are there like words written?
There's no words up here, but you understand that they will interpret what you mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand. I haven't met too many air Nazis, but I'm thinking of the number of siblings that destiny could have chosen, and they chose the one who is me. So I don't know.
Do you think that they chose wrong?
Yes, but it's fine. It's
Is
okay.
that you speaking or is that fear speaking?
Wow. Yes, both. I think.
They nod.
I think originally I wouldn't have second guessed it, but after being out here now, I guess it. Where it's like,
You could always just give
you
up.
know, but I can't now. Now I actually can. Early
Why
on, I
not?
probably could have.
You can still
There's
quit,
people.
pack it in, stay at this place.
No. There's too many people that I care about now. I need to make sure that they're safe.
You think if the vanguard could smile, or you would see them smile, they would smile. And one of their spectral hands comes to rest on your chest, just above where your heart is. And there's a kind of like a pulse, like a ripple when they touch you. Almost like, when you use your right and it's electricity, it feels kind of like that, like a spark. They don't touch you for long, just like a poke. And they
Actually,
say,
as he touched there, just
yeah,
sorry. As he
no,
touched
yeah.
there, he's like, that wasn't there. I wasn't born with that. He's talking about the scar.
Yeah, absolutely. They laugh, and it doesn't stop for a few minutes. And then their hand comes to rest somewhere behind them, almost like a spider. And they say, Arlo, you have always cared so much about everyone around you. No one else could do what you do. No one else is ready for this. The truth? My guidance? My wisdom? I say it is your destiny, but it is only because you have already done it.
Are you me in the past, future?
Who knows? But some of their actual hands, the metaphysical skin covered ones, it's almost as smooth as like a dolphin's back. It comes together in front and kind of pinces out their hands do, and they say, there is a journey that we undertake today. That is, of course, if you are feeling up to it.
I mean, I've gone places for less, so yeah, of course.
Good. Good.
Wait,
good.
is this a trick?
A
Am I
trick?
dreaming?
Yes, absolutely.
Now I'm confused. But okay, I'll listen.
A journey. We go. I guide you. As far as I understand from your meditations, you have been thinking a lot about your friend.
Right.
What if I told you that he is trapped somewhere where you might reach him?
Send me a location. I'll go. I'll break him out wherever he's trapped.
They nod sagely. It is not here or there. It is between and through. But the journey is not easy.
Don't expect it to be.
You see for the first time since you've met them, their legs unwrap from the crossed position, and they float just above the ground, but they stand. Then they turn to look down at Arlo, and they say, Arlo, you are descended from this. You know this, right? You can feel it deep in you.
He kind of looks at the ground and nods.
Their strength is your strength.
He looks at the creature, being, whatever, and
Thank you for giving me your strength. Then I appreciate it.
Of course.
But if there's just one thing that I could ask?
Of course.
I'm not sure how it works, but I'm assuming it's true. But could you give strength to all of my siblings also?
Of course. Of course.
he kind of nods with a smile of relief.
The Vanguard is watching with the stoic unreadableness of something that's made of fractured light. They're watching you, almost like waiting to see what you do.
I will stand.
Well, where do I need to go for Wyatt? Where do I need to go for anyone who's lost?
Indeed, there are many who are lost. The creature kind of slithers aside, and you see this great door behind you. The face, as depicted, but a little bit more detailed. Looks like the head-on depiction of a great serpent of Kaijin.
He kind of looks back.
Do I take them? Or is
Do
this
you
like
want to take them?
Thinks long and hard.
would they be left here if I don't?
If you bring them, you shall bring them. If you leave them, they shall be left.
They deserve a chance to choose if they want to save Wyatt also, I guess.
The Vanguard nods. As you so wish. They turn, and making no kind of tangible movements, all of the rest of the party, everybody present here, in a kind of glimpse, the lights, almost like someone's turned the lights off in the room. Everything is plunged into this cerulean kind of basking glow. The lily pads on the still warm water begin to glow ephemerally. You are able to move and speak freely as you so wish. You notice the vanguard, you notice the creature that's with them, and you also notice Arlo all standing up by the door.
Cast False Life and Mage Armor.
Fair.
Burn those slots. I kid, yeah, kid.
Is it all like? Is it still super bright with the lights and everything?
Yeah, you can see as much as you would be able to see in the day. Everything's just cast in. It's almost like having dark vision, right? Where everything looks like black and white, except it's cerulean and dark.
Okay. Awesome, thank you.
Arlo kind of gives a wave. Yeah, these are friends. This is Vanguard, and that is family member.
That's a family member.
Sort of. Apparently.
I thought you were a dog.
Oh, right. Maybe. He just shakes his head. He doesn't know what to say. But so I have been talking to Vanguard for a little bit now, and they told me that there is a chance to save Wyatt, but the journey to do so is difficult. It's difficult, and apparently it's through these doors, which I was about to walk through, but I figured you deserve a chance to choose whether you want to or not. He mostly looks towards Lowen and Cass. No offense to Barnabas and Scar, but you don't know Wyatt.
And can we even trust Wyatt anymore? Like, we don't know how long Wyatt was even Wyatt with us.
I mean, that's true, but I feel like I know when Wyatt was Wyatt. And Wyatt has absolutely saved all of our lives more than once. And I feel like that's Wyatt. But I'm willing to try to save him, to bring him back. I'm not sure how the two of you feel. Sorry, and the two of you back there also, if you want to save a person.
You're not doing anything today. Your schedule's free.
Sorry, I'm not trying to, exclude you. You just don't know the person that we're talking about.
Sounds like a handsome guy.
To some, yeah. I think.
What happened to him exactly?
Well, I don't want to. You guys deserve to know the whole thing. If you're gonna go for it, he was possessed by some sort of greater evil entity and tried to maim us and steal things we had before running off on their own.
Sounds like a con.
He gives kind of like a concerned look to Scar.
Yeah, he's looking bad, like, oh brother, dude.
That's true. Morgrim is a cunt, but Wyatt isn't. Well, no, Wyatt is also, but he's nicer. He's our cunt.
Hey,
God.
I want to ask a serious question. Vanguard, what is this place? And what's it got to do with my people's home upstairs?
This is the entryway into the dreamweave.
The dreamweave? Well. I read about it in a book.
A historian, they nod sagely, as if they recognize.
It does back. Game recognizes game. He was my professor.
Well. Seven have built their tower on top of the dreamweave.
What about there was things that had set my people from down there? Is it safe?
There are entities that would have the might of the dreamweave and use it for ill will. I will not tell you that it is safe, for they still exist. But I will tell you that if you seek an end in the form of retribution, or perhaps justice, as they say, then you will find it.
Hey, Jean, should my character go through the portal? Or should he stay
do you
behind?
remember that time that we had Dean rock up for one session and jump through the portal? The answer is always yes.
No, I just mean like a. I guess it would be like a Ruby situation. That's all. Where like Ruby's also there, and like Lucy Lockett is venerably playing two people.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who knows? I think you should make the decision that your character would make.
Yeah, but I want to play in the game.
Kicks rock.
Everyone's having fun in D&D.
I promise you'll be able to play in the game.
How about we do it this way? Arlo, let me know if you're open to this. If he proves to be still unwieldy and untrustworthy, we put him out of misery for his own good.
I don't think killing him is gonna stop what's happening.
I never said it would be. But the point being, we're getting an avenue to maybe save him. But if he turns out he can't be saved, do you think he really wants to live like that?
No.
I'm not saying we go in thinking that's what's going to happen. I'm saying we think that it might have to happen based on what we see.
I think Arlo looks at Lowen to gauge their reaction. If they even want to save Wyatt or try.
No one looks at Arlo. You think we can save him?
Of course I do.
I think I have to try.
Honestly, Lord, I'm glad you feel that way because out of all of us, you're one for one as far as bringing people back from places.
Sorry, I didn't hear some of that. What did you say?
Arlo said, honestly, I'm glad you said that because out of all of us, you're one for one as far as bringing people back from places.
Oh. Lauren kind of smiles for like the first time in a few days.
Aww.
Well, let's try and make that 2 for 2. You know, I am quite competitive, so.
My,
Arlo's going to turn to Vanguard and say,
well, it seems like we're going to go, at least 3 of us.
They nod.
what about you? Are you coming?
Bonnie.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should go back upstairs or not.
We haven't seen this through yet. I mean, there's still work to do down here.
Okay, I was like, you know what? He took like 10 words. I'm like utterly convinced. He's like so right, dude. I was genuinely like, my character got tap out here. Like, obviously, he doesn't know why. He's like, so his life is the hold, but he's right. I'm flabbergasted.
True.
Flawed.
Barnabas, real quick, let's kiss.
He's like so right.
We're not
So
done here
true,
yet,
Betsy.
Scar. Kiss me.
Okay, yeah. Scott.
Safe to say,
like,
just as like a DM note, I'm so sorry, Blitzmon. Just as a DM note, like Scar, Barney, you do not have to go onward if you do not want to. No DM pressure from me. If you were like, fuck this, we're gonna go, I don't know, find, potentially where the undead came from or wanted to do something else, I would totally understand, and that would be very reasonable. So it's completely up to your discretion on what you think your characters would want to do. don't feel like you have to go because this is like the hero's quest, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm thinking that, like, realistically, the people that Barnabas has been with have kind of asked him to go down here and do this thing that isn't this. So he's got to do that as far as he's concerned, I think.
Oh wait, so is there like a portal or something?
Not yet.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, okay. No, that's fine then.
Oh, I'm trying to see, is there any... I'm trying to think of a farewell gift. I only have my wizard staff.
Also, they are saying.
Yeah, he shakily nods.
Okay. Arlo would understand.
We're gonna go deeper, but you three make it back. We'll just be up the stairs.
Bring that friend of yours back, and I'll figure out a room for him.
Make sure it has a hospital bed with restraints.
Oh god, not again.
I got lots of rope.
It's giving Peter Malone.
I got spells.
I was gonna walk down and give them one cartridge of ammo.
Do either of us have a gun?
I think
Yeah.
I think Cass might appeal to reason a little bit, just because Cass is fucking empty. I think you'd say those things we saw came from somewhere, and well, the only way out is through. We've only found one direction down here, and this is it.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't find... Like, the stairs ended here, right? They didn't go further down.
You were walking for a little while, right? Through caverns and such. So there are a multitude of little mouse holes and rat ways and such things that were much smaller and more narrow.
Okay.
Yeah, then disregard what I said. I had a misunderstanding.
Yeah, but like what you were saying is pretty much correct. Like for normal people, the main way is here, but for horrible undead leeching monsters, yeah, they could probably fucking crawl through a rat or something.
But yeah, someone take an ammo slot. Or I'll just say, you could possibly give that to someone upstairs who uses a gun, or maybe you have a sidearm somewhere. I don't know. You could add it to a collection. I would give you more, but I may need it. So,
listen, if you got a use for it, you should hang on to it. I'm better with a sword anyway.
Yeah, what is this? You want to just give me a kiss goodbye? And he extends his fork tongue and bears his fan.
No, I'm okay. Thank you. I don't want to do that.
Good, because we'll see you in a minute.
Okay.
Good
I
luck.
just thought Art is desperately trying to free up some inventory space.
Like, what can I get rid of?
I mean, Cass has a couple slots if you need it, but he is weak and cannot carry a lot, so.
No, Arlo just always feels like he needs to give somebody something. I've literally given away most of my magic items. So.
No, genuinely, I'm I want to give these guys something, but I have zilch. One of you can use my wizard.
We can have a 10-minute montage of everyone making little cards for each other.
Yeah.
You know what I do? I give them a diary, I don't know. Apparently, this is in my inventory.
Oh wait, what if I cast bestow shadow touched magic using blood magic, and I summon a scroll of invisibility, and I hand it over.
Absolutely.
I'll take your arcane recovery feature. That'd be nice.
I don't think I can give that. I don't think I can.
So what did you do? What did you cast on us?
I cast summon scroll of invisibility.
Cool. That's best. A scroll. It's the necromancer's day. Apparently it's still there. I still see it in my inventory.
Well, yeah, we kept it with us. Like, we just could never remember who had it.
Yeah, Arlo just waves. It's like,
I think before you guys depart, Barney would reach in under his shirt and pull out his necklace, take it off, and maybe offer it to Arlo, who was doing the exchanging. From it dangles a holy symbol of Ilmater.
Oh.
Bones.
I'll make a thing of it.
Jesus.
You give it back when you come back.
Arlo nods.
Give them hell.
I feel like we're going off to
You too.
college.
May you bleed.
You too. Arlo's going to school. He's finally going to school.
Oh my god, he's gonna learn how to read.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. You get a sense, Arlo, that the Vanguard is waiting for you.
Oh. Yeah, he moves up. Sorry for the wait. We are ready.
They nod. They turn their body to face the door, as if they expect you to do something.
Yeah. Arlo will wave at great grand something and move past, and I guess look one more time to make sure that he's not alone.
I'm running in the opposite direction.
Why?
See ya, though.
Then yeah, push it open or attempt to push it open, unless
Very
it's a pull
cool.
door.
It's a pull. It's a pull in primordial writing. You can't read it though.
No, you can't. It'll still push.
You bring both of your hands up and go to push these great doors open. As you do so, your hands touch the cool limestone of the doors, and you feel them almost like soak in, as if this limestone was a sponge. From about your wrist, you feel this kind of plume of energy, this great burst of light. For everybody else behind, there's almost as if Arlo was reaching into the heart of a star. This bright ignition, a burst of light. You see from behind Arlo's hair standing on edge, almost like electricity running through it. From behind you can see glimpses of his eyes blazing. And there's a great amount of effort that he's putting into opening these doors. You see the muscles and tendons in his body are fully on edge, as if this is taking a great deal of strength. And as he pushes, there's a sense of it's not just Arlo here pushing, it's everyone that's come before and everyone that comes after Arlo and through Arlo's life. pushing with him as you move through. And that is indeed what opens the portal or the gateway or the procession onwards. Arlo, it feels like the greatest effort and then as easy as a knife through butter once it's opened. As you move your hands back, you feel your fingers kind of clad with something. And as you look down at the backs of your hands, you see there are pieces of what looks like metal almost, but you know it to be very rare and hard to find metal, and they almost form a full set of rings that kind of look like knuckle dusters.
Ooh.
And I shall add this to your journal. The portal is open.
It's gonna give him away. You don't know my life.
You guys were really nice for like a day. You should really have these.
You should see that. Obviously, I assume the people that want to go forth, Lowen and Kaz, proceed through the portal. Those that do not, Scar and Barney stay back.
Absolutely. I think before he goes through, Cass is just gonna say, just keep your head up out there. I don't think I can fix any damage we take today.
Cool. You move through the portal and into the dreamweave. The Vanguard is behind you. Barney and Scar, you blink, and you're awake in a random temple that is not glowing by any means. And you're in the places that you were before everything had started. Almost like you were daydreaming a little bit.
Well. Mushrooms.
You are free to do a potentially like an exiting montage.
Yeah, I suspect we'd be kind of going to do kind of a search of the smaller crevices of the path that we took to get here. Doing a more thorough job of trying to locate the way that the undead came in. Yeah, I guess, I mean, that's pretty much it.
Love
Yeah,
that.
Skull will linger for a second and make sure that no more magical phenomena will appear before them. And then he will put a hand on Barney's back and try to smile comfortingly, and then follow after him. He'll light up his sword again and follow after him. I'll say into a familiar formation.
I love them. This is a great time for a 5-minute break. So this is where we're going to stop off, get some water, stretch our legs, get snacks. But when we're back, we'll be bin chilling. Pew pew pew! BRB! Let's go!
In game. In game.
Lucy said they were gonna kiss us. But only in game. What happens what happens if I'm not in game? Well, technically I am in game. Everywhere.
Yeah, you're.
I will kiss you in real life.
That's what I was
gonna
getting
say,
at.
hasn't Lucy already kissed your characters? I mean, you, Shan, in the game multiple
Yes.
times.
That doesn't mean I
Oh,
want it to
that's
stop.
true.
Jesus. You're blowing up my spot, Art! Oh my god. Alright. Well, let's play some D&D.
Yay.
D&D. You move through the portal.
Ooh. Music.
You move through the portal. Here is some exposition. Get ready to listen to my voice for a long time. So, when nothing has been started, there is only infinite potential. And the dreamweave existed before all else. Before the gods, before the primordial spirits, before the dawn wars, before the land that you dwell on, before the oxygen that you breathe, the atoms that you're made of. To the dreamweave, the ideas that we have, ideas around community and love and time and even being, these are in infancy. So to us, the dreamweave is old. Old maybe is an understatement, perhaps. It is in both the infinite complexity and yet so simply, it has always been and always will be. And in that way, it's the soul of the universe, soul of our universe. And while its face has changed in many ways you know and do not yet know, in its truthful form, it is a benevolent and loving thing. It is the core of Kiri, of songlines, for the dreamweave carries all wisdom, and it is the birthplace of all magic. It might be defined as a place, if only to understand it is where most cannot go. Only when we pass from this life into the next might we return to its embrace. So long as your soul is free to journey back home. Very few are chosen as stewards of the dreamweave. Many know of it and do not care, for it seems hardly relevant to their mortal life. Others know that it exists and know not its face or name, and they make use of the dreamweave's bounty. The arcane, they call it. And then there are some that seek to destroy the dreamweave and all that it stands for, though the dreamweave loves them still, and many of them are still mages. Though there is one that would eat the dreamweave whole if given the chance. Yetsaberneck, World Eater. But that is another story for another time. You awake to the sound of fluttering wings. You're sat upon a canoe which is carved of rich wood, and it carries you and your entourage. No oars are needed, for each canoe is equipped with 4 turtle-like fins that glide through the air. Just ahead, a toppled stack of lumber that maybe is a bridge leads up to the side of a fallen clock tower, all of which is encased in clouds as rich and fluffy as bubbles in a bathtub. Through it penetrate jagged peaks of sharp rock, maybe big enough to be mountaintops. And on your left, an enormous yellow moon wearing a tiny wizard's hat watches you with bright eyes. As you look around, more and more this place becomes curiouser and curiouser. Where the Hatter's domain was pretty much a chaotic reflection of what was inside his mind, this place is what exactly you would expect to exist in the dreamweave. Infinite potential. This is a big map, might take a little while to load in, but you are on the bottom left.
Hell yeah. This little sun guy with the hat is the most adventure time coded thing I've ever seen in my life. And I love it. Who made this map, Shan?
I will tell you after.
That's fair.
Oh wow.
Look at the little fucking beholder gold pouch. It's so cool.
There's like fingers coming out.
This is very cute.
It's a 3-eyed snake.
Cass is just following Arlo's lead. Although I guess I should say, just based on your exposition there, does any of this seem familiar to Cass based on his weird ritual things he's done?
It seems familiar in the way that you've heard of a place and then a place has been shown to you.
Okay.
Oh, could we get off?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
I don't know. He tried to leap over. I don't know if he could walk on that.
You absolutely do. You bound. You bound with no limitations to your movement. It's almost as if you could fly if you wanted to.
Tell me that. He tries to fly.
You do?
Just go straight. He's flying.
This is interesting. I think that in the same way that Arlo is whimsy personified at times, Cass is the exact opposite. So I think he's just like carefully walking.
It is as laborious and complex as you cater for as you walk.
Oh.
We could fly here. Just like flies up.
Where are we going?
I think with that, he probably flies down, almost hitting the ground. Stops himself and he just points in a direction, not even knowing really where to go.
You see a lamppost sprout from the clouds. There's a kind of winding sound like a clock. You see a large, kind of vintage-looking sign wraps itself around and points with an arrow and says "the right way" in italic font. It's pointing where Arlo pointed.
This is a weird place.
Just flies.
I think Lorne watches Arlo fly for a few seconds and decides to indulge, and they're used to the sensation of flying in a more tangible way. Owls fly because they flap their wings, but it's strange to just kind of float when you should not be able to fly, but they enjoy it. And it's more like big sort of moon bounce steps. It's not like fully fledged flying just yet. It's like, wee.
The Vanguard
This is what it's like for you? Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say the Vanguard's trailing you. That's it.
This is what it's been like for you this whole time?
Kinda.
Wow.
It's a little bit trickier, but also not really. And, you know, as an owl or a bat, your senses are all over the place, especially when you're a bat. You know, bats can't really see. They pick up on their surroundings with echolocation and yeah.
Wow. He definitely, as he's flying, he definitely flies up underneath this bridge and then back on top. Like he does that a few times on his way to the clock. He's never experienced flying, but he loves it.
You hear the Vanguard behind you say, "Hello, Miffy!" And the big moon with the little hat waves one of its clawed fingers.
Oh my gosh. Hello.
Cass jumps.
Wait, what was his name again? Bigby? What was it?
Miffy.
Miffy! Like the rabbit.
Yeah, like the rabbit.
Lauren kinda pauses to look back at the moon and kinda waves.
Hi.
Hey. I think my friend would really like you. Maybe we can...
bob their head each way. Like they're enjoying that.
Maybe we can bring him to meet you one day.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon.
They clap their little clawed fingers together.
Yay! And I bounce off.
If you need to know our names, that was Lloyd. I'm Arlo, and the one walking is Cass.
Cass gives a very wide stance thumbs up.
Hi.
That's a wide stance, my guy.
I think he flies above the moon. Says, hello.
Hi.
God.
My God, they all have. I'm Arlo.
Hi, Arlo.
I'm guessing you are Mr. Timothy. That was.
How
that was
did
bad.
you
I'm sorry.
know?
I've seen it in a dream. That's why.
Oh.
Very
Arlo's lying.
good. No, they don't seem to think you're lying.
Oh, okay.
Manifestation.
Yep. Yeah, he'll just keep flying. I'm literally waving to everything that has a face.
The beholder waves at you.
Ugh.
Waves at the snake. Just everything. I don't want to have you go through all of it. You know.
They all say
Hey,
hi.
hey,
Arlo."
hey, Arlo, you can kind of do what you want here, right? Think you could get that big old chest over here?
Oh, I mean, I probably could, but I felt like it belonged to them.
He looks at the
All
snake.
right.
Does that belong to you?
They nod and they flit their tongue.
I think I'm just going to leave it, just because.
Yeah, all right. Ain't no thing.
Enjoy your chest.
Thanks.
Fly. Oh my god, it's milk.
Who am I about to step on? All right, I'll just climb over here.
Don't you want to fly, Kaz?
I'll leave that to those of y'all who have a better imagination.
You can perform magic. How can you not have an imagination?
You've heard my songs. It's a bit different. Sorry, whoever this might be. I mean, he's just gonna step down. Climb over.
You want to hold my hand? Maybe I can make you fly.
No, I got it.
Alright.
They're gigantic coins. What? This is almost as Nope, I was never there. I wasn't there as Arlo. Never mind.
When you look around, you see there's an archway formed by these two large beetles who are, their little pincers are like snippling at each other as if they're like communicating. They don't seem bothered by your presence. As you hop onto the coins, they tilt very slightly and very slowly as if they'll spin, as if you kind of a weight on them. You look off into the distance, you see there are captured planets the size of maybe like large buildings that are turning through.
He'll head over in that direction. He'll fly above the beetle. He tries not to step on the beetle.
They don't really seem bothered by your presence.
Alright. Fly to the somewhat moon.
You land on the moon. You see on the moon there is a single rose that has a glass jar on top of it.
Oh. He kind of just looks at it. He pokes the moon and asks,
Is it okay if we if I pick this? Or have you been growing it for a long time?
The moon doesn't respond.
okay. Oh, curiosity killed the cat. He's going to, He's going to take it. He's going to pick the rose.
You pick the rose.
You said, what color is it?
Red.
A red rose. Got it.
Now hop over. Oh.
Hands it to Lowen.
Aww.
Oh. I kiss him. I take the rose. Isn't Wyatt's last name Rose?
Arlo nods.
I look into the camera. I look away.
I very carefully hold the rose. Do I get a vibe of
Do you get a vibe?
I think Lauren's feeling a bit hopeful, maybe. This sort of environment, they seem to be able to will things. So they kind of hold the rose and they hope that maybe at the very least Wyatt can get a feeling that they're looking out for him, that they're trying to protect him wherever he is.
There is absolutely a sense of that.
I will thread the stem of the rose somehow into like the hilt of my sword.
Oh, lovely. As you thread the rose through the hilt of the sword, you will feel anchored in a way. The sense of flight has completely left you, and no longer do you stand in a field of slowly turning, captured planets sitting among mist. Instead, you stand on a brick path. To the left, you see there are parked cars in a car park. You are cast in street lights. There is a flickering sign that's just behind you, and it says Three Ravens Mental Institute.
Ooh.
And that's where we're going to drop this session. But next time, when we come back, we're going to be picking back up. We're going to be doing all the stuff. And then, yeah, all the stuff will be done. Thank you for joining us. So much love to everybody on Twitch. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.